Good evening, welcome to my no-name channel. I'm Bruce and this is another Bali COVID-19 update for January 31st, 2021. And tonight I'm outside because, well, if you've seen the video that I just uploaded about the storm, it has suddenly died down again. So today has been really nice in the morning, then it got really windy. About 2 hours ago it was just crazy, and now it's calmed down again. So it's nice to be out in the evening. I might even try to fly my drone if the wind stays like this. I want to do a night drone thing again. Okay, so anyway, let's get started. Numbers. Numbers have not been good. We hit the record number in Bali, 542 this week. And today, 252 new cases. It gives us 26,066. Total positives, 21,799 recovered. 675 deaths and 3,592 active cases, and 243 of them were local, 10 domestic tourists, and 1 foreigner. And somebody asked me about foreigners. Why aren't foreigners showing up? I don't know. You hear reports on social media. I know 10 people that were sick, I know 15 people that were sick, I know 3 people that are sick. They never showed up. I don't know. Just going by what the figures are, what shows up officially. And for this week, Denpasar 58, Bulaling 53, Badung 49, that was a mosquito I was scrapping, Jambrana 39, Yanyar 26, Tabanan 16, Pinkun 4, Karnasam 3, Bangli 2. And, oh, there are mosquitoes all over. Okay, I'm going back inside. Okay, I'm back inside. Boy, there were just mosquitoes all over. It reminded me of a time I was in Papua New Guinea. We had mosquitoes everywhere. I mean, they were just all over you. But that's a different story. Okay, so I've moved back inside, and my laptop is up here because I'm uploading my storm video, which is 28 gigabytes. I did it in 4K, and so it's big. Not that long, 18 minutes. Okay, so back to the numbers. So good news about vaccine. The AstraZeneca vaccine, which Indonesia has ordered 100 million doses. Thailand will be producing it in Thailand, and they're going to be the Southeast Asian hub, and so that's good news for us. That's close, and they're only going to use I think 26 million doses out of 200 million that they're expected to produce over the coming months, and so that's good news for Indonesia, because there's a rush for everybody's trying to get doses, and people are doing crazy things in America, some crazy stuff with rich people going into poor neighborhoods to get doses because they can't get them where they are. I don't know, it's just like, I don't know, people are nuts. Okay, so vaccines are still being given to the medical personnel, and that's what's happening pretty much everywhere in the world where vaccines are being given. The United States is, well, they're already giving to regular people, and I know a number of people that have gotten them. And my daughter here received a dose from what I understand, but she hasn't called me in a few days. So if you see this video, call me, child. Okay, next. COVID-19 and the economy. Okay, we know the economy in Bali has been trashed because we're so hyper-dependent on tourism. And numbers kind of float. You hear sometimes people say, well, Bali will collapse without tourism. Well, we haven't collapsed. Balinese are really resilient. They're not going to collapse, but the economy is heavily weighted on tourism, anywhere 60 to 80%. And so, yeah, people are hurting. So at least 1,000 workers have been furloughed and nearly 200 have been laid off this month because the number of virus cases continues to rise, and we don't have any tourists. We're still closed. No word yet. It's still February 8th. That's, a week away, 8 days away. And so I'm guessing, based on past experience, past practice, with the numbers like they are, that's gonna be extended for another 2 weeks. That's not official. That's just my guess. According to data from the Manpower Agency in Bali, 78,310 workers in the province have been furloughed and 3,246 have been laid off since the pandemic started. So, huge numbers. Because of the lopsided economy, Bali's been the hardest hit in Indonesia, with our economy down, and I've mentioned this before, 12.28%, based on the comparisons with third quarter of last year. We don't have data from the last quarter, which just ended, but there was a little spike because of the holiday travel. How much, I don't know. But with the numbers of cases rising, it looks like we're not going to get a quick recovery, unfortunately. The tourism minister has the tourism and creative economy minister, Sandiaga Uno, who I've talked about before, is encouraging people to work and study in Bali, particularly professionals, it says in these articles, links below. He's set up an office temporarily in Bali because he wants to be more involved in the recovery of Bali's tourism, because, as the government has said many times and I've mentioned, once Bali's tourism gets going, Indonesia's tourism will get going. Pak Uno said, I want to invite business people and other professionals to start considering working from Bali. And he said he's looking into potential policies to encourage this, and he's discussing this with local officials here, along with COVID-19 task force nationally and locally. And he said he's getting a thrill from working here. He said there's two functions of moving to Bali. First, you get to enjoy the natural beauty, relax, and become more efficient. And two, it helps the tourism and creative sector in Bali. Okay, both of which are true. He also mentioned expats in this interview, expats working in Jakarta, and said he's planning to offer some opportunities for them to move here. That's great. More people, but is that the best thing to do at this point with the numbers so high? Because, do we want more people here right now? And do people want to come here right now? And that comes into that's my lead into the next story. And the next story is a Balinese legislator has called for a total lockdown. Iwayan Tegal Winarta, the head of the Gianyar House of Representatives, called on the Balinese government to impose a total lockdown of Bali. He feels that the partial lockdown has been ineffective because of the rising number of cases, and he said it would be better to have a 14-day total lockdown and see what happens. He also noted that the government would need to provide for the daily needs of all citizens so that they can stay at home. Now, I've seen numbers floated around, and they were pretty slim. I haven't seen anything official though, so I'm not gonna go into that. And this is just his suggestion. This is one person's suggestion. There's been a lot of pushing back against this. He said that the government needs to provide free swab tests. They should also provide free swab tests for domestic tourists, because a lot of them don't want to come here because of the extra cost of paying for their own tests. Now, so he wants the lockdown, but he also wants tourists coming. So he's going both ways here. Pakwanarda said that the momentum of NEPI, which is March 14th, so 6 weeks away, is a good time to get started. That makes sense. You got one whole day there, right? Nobody can go out anyway. Add another 13 days on. But huge impact on people. How these small traders, people selling fruits and vegetables in the market, farmers, where's the income going to come from? Does the government have enough money to give people enough to live on for 2 weeks? And what is considered enough to live on? The idea of a total lockdown, I don't think is terribly bad, because as Pakwanarda said, he said the government efforts to enforce the restrictions on community activities has been less than effective. He claims it's not being firmly enforced, and yeah, I have to agree with that. Still a lot of stuff going on, people moving back and forth and doing things in clusters. Numbers are going up. This partial lockdown does not seem to be working. So, but I'm not the government. I'm just another foreigner here. So. They're going to do what they're going to do, and I go along with it. So we'll see what happens. Interesting. Okay, stormy weather. If you saw my video, which is 13 more minutes to upload right now, by the time this gets uploaded, the storm video will already be uploaded. It's taking a long time. It's been on 13 minutes for a few minutes. Okay, anyway. So, stormy weather. The Balinese authorities have warned citizens last week to avoid travel plans because of strong winds and floods. And here's a link to my video of what happened here yesterday, the last couple of days, which has been crazy. The Denpasar Disaster Management Agency has built emergency stations in 4 different locations in Denpasar. According to predictions from the Meteorology, Climatology, and Geophysics Agency, the peak of the rainy season will be in February. Okay, we all know that anyway, right? It's always in February. The head of the Denpasar Disaster Management Agency said that people should stay away from big trees, tall billboards, and any tall structures in case they collapse because of strong winds. And there have been a few reports in the news of houses that have been damaged, and one guy who was killed when a tree fell over and crushed him on his motorbike. So it is dangerous to travel when we have these high winds, and especially if you're up in the mountains where there's landslides, frequent landslides this time of the year with heavy rains. The heavy winds a problem, especially down here along the coast. So, yeah, if it's weather like the last couple of days, stay home. Don't travel unless you have to. Weather is, February is tomorrow. Weather's not going to get any better. For another month or so. Local knowledge here, the local wisdom is that it will get better after Chinese New Year. I don't know why. There's a story here, and if somebody knows, tell me. Put it in the comment. If you don't, I'll see if I can find out why. Okay, and foreigners. So I'm not going to go into a long thing about foreigners because I'm getting tired of talking about foreigners. There was a foreign couple were deported, and I'll tell you why I'm just mentioning this. Two Belarusians were deported along with their two children in the past week for illegally working. They were down in Karangasem, and they were apparently manufacturing, producing and selling soap, shampoo, bath salts, a variety of products, and they were a toothpaste included. They were promoting these products online, and I guess some people turned them in as well. That's what the story says. There's a couple of links below. If you're messing with locals' livelihoods, you're going to have a problem. If you do, people that are doing online stuff, that's one thing. But when you're selling, shampoo, soap, toothpaste, which local people are selling, you're in direct competition with them. That is not going to work out well for you. And so why am I mentioning this? Because people are being deported, and it's being reported in the news. And my guess is that it's because the government wants to make these deportations as public as possible, to encourage people to behave, foreigners to behave. And so, take care. Don't work illegally. I see, there's a number of people, a lot of, I don't know, just some that I've seen, still carrying on in the old way even after these deportations. But you do that at your own risk. The story last week about the two young ladies that were deported, the one who was the main character, she wrote a lengthy apology on Facebook this week, saying she felt bad, she was sorry, she was stupid, she made mistakes, and she'd like to come back to Bali, but she's banned for 6 months, minimum of 6 months. But she did make an apology. Okay, and so let's end up on some good news, I guess good news. Bali is named the most popular destination in 2021 by Tripadvisors. Tripadvisors if you're a frequent traveler. Despite Bali having been closed for tourism since early last year, Bali was placed on the top of Tripadvisor's world's most popular destinations for 2021. London came in second, Dubai came in third. And Tripadvisor said, Bali is like a living postcard. Take a look at my video of the storm. An Indonesian paradise that feels like a fantasy. That paradise word again. Hate it. But, okay, so Bali's the most popular destination. So, maybe once this gets done, once the virus is brought under control, the government figures out some plan. I've seen a number, there was some floating ideas floating around about once people get vaccinated that they can come. It's not clear if you can infect people. And the vaccination does not mean that you can't get it. It means you're not going to die. Well, you're most likely not going to die. You're not going to get as sick. So I don't know. We'll see where this goes. Things are still up in the air. So we finish this up. If you're planning on traveling to Bali soon, don't. Keep watching the local social media sites and here. You know, as soon as I hear about things opening up, I will make a video about it. And that's it for today. Okay, thanks for viewing. I hope you're safe wherever you are. Hope you're getting a vaccine and wearing a mask. Oh, by the way, so I was out today. I was checking locals to see because there's still this big controversy about foreigners not wearing masks here, and the response is, oh, the locals don't wear masks. Okay, how many people wore masks today in the hour and a half that Zoe and Masha the bear and I were out walking? 99% of, I didn't see any foreigners, 99% of the people had masks on. How many people had masks on properly? Yeah, well, more than 50%, less than 90%. There was a lot of beard masks, wearing masks like beards. So, yeah. Ain't easy, folks. Ain't easy. Okay. Take care. Stay safe. Be kind to someone today. See you next time.